my beautiful Leos. I hope you guys are well. This is Debs, and this, of course, is your reading for mid-September 2025. Leo, I felt very emotional when I realised what was being relayed to me. I was thinking about your energy, and suddenly I heard the church bells ringing outside, and I thought that's weird. And I looked up online the significance of church bells ringing if there's not a wedding, right? And if they're not chiming the hour. What do church bells signify? And I realised church bells signified somebody passing. It was to let, in the olden days, people know in a village or small town that somebody had passed. When I came out of meditation, I heard a line from what I later realised was a book by Ernest Hemingway, For Whom the Bell Tolls. And when I looked into it, it was basically saying nobody's the hero, right? Nobody actually wins in the end. We all move on to another dimension. We all leave this world. As in, don't hang on to resentment, don't hang on to anger, don't sit in the energy of spite or wanting revenge. Let it go. Let it drift. Archangel Michael was telling me, let it drift away on a river of calm. Just let it go. Now, for many of you, if you have been hurt, betrayed, deceived, right, it will be incredibly difficult not to feel you want a sense of justice. But if you have been in a situation, Leo, where somebody has done you wrong, somebody's walked away from you with no explanation, somebody has in some way hurt you, left you by the wayside, whatever this is, Archangel Michael is wanting you just to let it go with a sense of forgiveness in your heart and move on. Okay? It's going to be difficult, guys, for some of you, but they want you to just release any knot of anger in your stomach, any heartbreak in your heart. Just try and let it go. Because everyone passes in the end. Everyone has to face Judgment Day in the end. You cannot right a wrong. You cannot obtain justice without potentially sitting in a little bit of shadow yourself. Try not to do that. Okay, Leo, Archangel Michael's saying that's correct. So, all right, let's hope this is a beautiful light reading. The deck that I'm using is the Vintage Tarot. As you know, guys, everything is listed down below. Yes, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Leo. Very interesting. So, okay, Arnold's standing up in uniform. It looks like a war uniform, and he's saluting. I'm hearing sit in your honour, your self-respect, and let it go. He's sitting back down again. Okay. Thank you, Arnold. All right. Oh, I'm feeling very emotional for someone out there or a group of you guys. Let's see what this is. So, Archangel Michael, what is this, please, for my lovely Leos? What do we have for my Leos? Can we expand on this? This is their reading for mid-September 2025. I keep hearing that deep, reverberating bell in my head. Okay. All right, Leo. Here we go, guys. The Six of Wands. I'm hearing again, nobody actually wins. Nobody is supposed to sit in the energy of I have won, which is what this is. The Six of Wands is a sense of I've won, right? I've won the battle. I have defeated the enemy. And this is you on your expounding plank. This is you portraying to the world that somehow you have got justice. But have you, Leo? Have you got justice? The Sun. There's going to be some kind of enlightenment, Leo, that you would have somehow won. You may feel that you deserved this. You may feel that somebody is taking an action to right a wrong. What the divine is suggesting, Leo, is rather than sitting in any type of victory, it may be gossiping about this victory to other people. Hold back, hold your tongue, and sit in a humble energy of gratitude. You can celebrate this quietly, Leo. You can sit by yourself and think, okay, that's good. I know that justice has been done, but try not to wallow in I was the victor, because it might backfire on you. You are going to be sitting in a place of happiness with the sun. This is also your energy, Leo. The Six of Wands is also Leo. There is going to be enlightenment, a message coming through, or a conversation with someone which is going to make you feel you've won some kind of battle. But sit in a humble energy. I'm looking at this card of the sun, and we've got a child here holding up a sunflower. Be like a child. A child doesn't understand revenge. Be like a child. Sit quietly with this victory. If it's relevant, say thank you. Thank you to the person who gave you the victory. Even if you feel they don't deserve a thank you, say thank you. Thank the divine for your blessings and simply quietly continue forward. You're on a horse here. This victory may enable you to somehow progress. We have two horses, actually. In the past, the Page of Pentacles. Somebody may have passed an olive branch, Leo. Somebody may have said, I'm sorry, but you might have felt in the past what they offered you was not good enough. It wasn't what you expected. This could have been you expecting something very grand, but you didn't receive that. You received an olive branch and something very small. You accepted it at the time. After that time, Leo, Queen of Cups, this is you. You may have sat in your emotion looking back at the past, feeling a little bit disgruntled, feeling a little up and down, a bit tearful, a bit angry, feeling as if this just wasn't good enough, right? In your thoughts, Leo, the King of Swords. Okay. When this person moves towards you, Leo, to say that they are doing the right thing, as far as you're concerned, they are trying to right a wrong, they're trying to balance the scales. Your reaction may well be, well, for goodness sake, it's about time, right? It's about time. You should have done this a long time ago. They don't want you to sit in that energy, Leo. They don't. Because what I'm hearing is you don't actually know the truth of this person's situation. In the immediate future, the Four of Wands. Yes, wow, Leo. This is going to enable you to sit in a place of happiness and stability. This is cause for celebration. This might have been a long time coming, Leo. In your fears, the Hermit. Fearing, Leo, that someone is going to leave you out in the cold. Or, Leo, what you're fearing is if potentially your reaction to this good news is you sat in a little bit of ego. Okay, guys. And I say that with love. I've got a Leo moon. And maybe this is you saying to this person, well, you know, this should have happened a long time ago. I can't believe it's taken this long. All right, thank you. And then cut off. No, no. If you behave that way, when somebody comes in to bring you justice, you may later regret it. You may later regret it. Particularly if I'm hearing firing off at somebody who is a lot older, somebody who may not have seen the error of their ways. I'm looking at this old man, okay? Or somebody who may not have understood what type of situation they created in your life. They may not have fully understood. If you are cruel and harsh with this person, you may always look back and regret it. This could be somebody, Leo, who is in your family, who you may feel did you wrong. But this person could be very old. They may not have very long on this earth, on this planet, right? And if you were harsh to this person, sat in a bit of ego, and then in a few years' time, after not speaking to them, Leo, this person passed away. We all pass away in the end. You may look back and never forgive yourself. But by that time, Leo, it will be too late. Okay, and again, I'm feeling really emotional for someone here. Whoever you're communicating with, they are bringing you justice. They are trying to balance the scales. Again, Leo, I don't think whomever this is created a difficult situation for you on purpose. They didn't mean to hurt you on purpose, or they didn't mean to cause you to sit in any anxiety deliberately. It was literally circumstance. I think they've tried to pass you an olive branch in the past. You may have felt very emotional about this. You may have felt it wasn't good enough looking at the past. They're coming in now, and the divine wants you to simply say thank you. Be kind to this person, be affectionate and loving with this person, and understand that whatever they've done to bring you full justice was far from easy. They may have sacrificed enormously in order to do this, and the divine wants you to be aware of that. In your hopes, the 9 of Pentacles. Leo, this could be financial. You may have been angry with someone here who owed you money, or this could have been an inheritance issue, or somebody may have messed up pertaining to their will. I feel this person is still living, okay, coming through as the Hermit. You have been hoping, Leo, that justice would be done, the scales would be balanced completely, and it might be something to do with finances. And the outcome, the Chariot. Cancerian energy. Leo, this balancing of the scales, or this sense of justice, is going to enable you to move forward, feeling victorious. 2 cards of feeling victorious. 6 of Wands, the Chariot. You are going to be sitting in the sun. There is going to be enlightenment that somebody would have done something quite amazing, very selfless, to bring justice to a difficult situation. Will give you a sense that something is going to be made right. Clarification for you, Leo, the Fool. The 9 of Cups. Okay, Leo. The divine wants you to look at your part in this. And again, I'm trying to be careful, guys. I don't want to upset anyone. The Fool is you knowing that in the past, Leo, you might have done something a little risky. You may have just bounced off in another direction, out of excitement, out of wanting a brand new start, out of the need and desire to fulfill some kind of dream. In doing so, Leo, you may have left a person or people behind, and you may not have understood at the time, but they may have been very upset about that. If you look at the situation carefully, if you have the courage to accept that you might have sat thinking about what you wanted in the past rather than how this leap of faith would affect other people, if you have the courage to accept that you had a part to play in this, I feel the divine will allow this victory. But if, Leo, you sort of take this and then run and detach from this person or group of people, it may well be, Leo, that it's going to come back to haunt you in the future. So be incredibly careful how you react to this sense of justice. Whoever is bringing in balance, their energy, the Four of Swords. I feel this person has been looking back with regret. They may have done something without thinking. It might be to help somebody else, but it backfired on you. It may be, Leo, that quietly this person isn't actually very well. They may be hiding a serious illness. They may not want you to know, Leo, that they're suffering. The Five of Cups. They are in deep regret that whatever they did that somehow caused you to sit in a lot of stress, they can't ever turn back the clock. They're sitting feeling very depressed about a situation. They're feeling very sad about what happened. But I feel, Leo, if you think about this person and what actually happened, it may well be that you realize it wasn't this person's fault. They weren't deliberately trying to hurt you. They may have simply taken an impulsive action without really thinking about the consequences on your life. They are now trying to sort this out. I think this is somebody who is doing something pretty amazing to bring balance to the situation. And Leo, the divine just wants you to say thank you and really mean it, and sit in a gracious, appreciative energy. Underneath the deck, the Page of Swords. Leo, you may have been a little sharp to this person. You may have said a few things that cut deep because you felt hurt. And somehow it related to unequal give and take. Maybe this person helped somebody else, Leo, that needed help, but it meant they couldn't help you. You may have felt things were very unfair in the past. I think, Leo, since that time, you've been holding back from this person. You haven't felt like communicating with them. This is you pulling back from being affectionate and loving because you felt hurt. But guys, the divine wants you to be honest with yourself and look back at your own past mistakes. Seven of Pentacles. Accept and admit your part in this. So my beautiful Leos, if you're still with me, let's get into this. Archangel Michael, what situation will Leo find themselves in the next few days? The Ten of Cups. I feel someone here is desperately wanting to pull a family back together again. There could have been a lot of upset, arguments, disagreements, harsh words about unequal give and take. What are they saying to you, Leo? Wow. Ace of Pentacles. Leo, they are gifting you something pretty amazing. This person may even be selling their home in order to balance a situation with you financially. And if this person is much older, this is not an easy thing for this person to do. But they are doing it, Leo, for you. And again, I'm feeling very emotional for someone here. Why are they doing this? Tell us more. They may be doing this, Leo, because they may know that you sacrificed or you've been left in a difficult situation because they helped someone else. And because they helped someone else, they maybe didn't have the money to help you when you needed it. And it might be why you were angry. Anything else? The moon. They've hidden what they plan to do. They've hidden what they plan to do because they may have been worried, Leo, that if you figured out the truth, you would run to this person or family and say, oh my goodness, well, yes, I was angry about this, I was upset about this, but for goodness sake, you can't sell your home, right? Because the Ace of Pentacles is uprooting and moving. This is somebody who isn't feeling well, who is sat feeling depressed, desperately wanting to make this right for you, right? And this is you sat in the Four of Wands, a lot of happiness and a lot of stability, right? Two of Pentacles. Oh, Leo, I'm feeling so emotional. Leo, unbeknown to you, this is somebody who doesn't have much money left. This could be somebody elderly who is very worried that they're not going to survive on their pensions. This could be someone or a couple who can't give you what they feel they should to balance the situation out, so they have made a big decision to sell their home, Leo, for you, right? But they're not telling you because they're worried that if you knew the truth, you may live at a distance from this person or couple. If you knew the truth, you would be mortified and tell them not to do that. But they are determined to do the right thing to balance things out for you. In the past, Leo, with the Page of Pentacles, they offered you an olive branch. I am so sorry for what happened, or we are so sorry for what happened. They gave you something very small. Eight of Wands. Leo, this might be you saying to this person or group of people, it's not even going to come close to balancing the situation out. What did they say? They might have apologized. I'm sorry, Leo, or we're sorry. We're sorry, right? What did they say to you in the past? Anything else? Yeah, what they said to you, Leo, was, we will balance this out much later on. It could even be, if this is something like you and your parents, they may have said to you in the past, yes, but Leo, you know, you will get your fair share in the future. It could even have been this couple or this person said, we will balance things out in our will. You will receive the money that you are owed when we pass. And Leo, you might have thought, gosh, you know, in the nicest sense, that's going to be in 20, 30 years. You might have been in a difficult situation where you needed the money sooner. You may have said, I'm not happy about that. And you may, Leo, have stood your ground. After that time, you felt very emotional. You looked at the past, maybe with a sense of nostalgia, maybe feeling angry, right? But you healed with the energy of the star. You healed. You healed. You moved into a place of peace, Leo. And it may well be that fate took a turn and you did have some very good luck. Now, this could be you receiving a promotion or pay rise in your job. It could well be, Leo, this is some kind of refund that you received. So the universe was trying to balance things out for you in your life to help you, but you hung on to the heartbreak. You still felt angry deep down. Well, yes, I mean, you know, things are better for me, but I'm still angry because this wasn't fair, right? This wasn't just. Yeah. You hung on thinking about a tower moment, realizing that somehow, due to a situation in the past, you had been left in a difficult situation financially. You were angry, Leo. It wasn't fair, right? What you're thinking about now is they're coming in to balance the scales. What you're thinking about is this person, King of Swords, has had this plan in their head for quite a long time. I feel what this person planned, when they realised that you still felt angry, you still felt upset, what this person realised they needed to do, they have decided, I think, to sell their property, sell their home. Now, if we're dealing with a couple here or an elderly person who is sitting in a property worth a fair amount, they may be thinking, well, we don't need to sit, or I don't need to sit in a property of this value. They have decided, I think, at quite an old age here, they've decided to put a property on the market to help you financially. I think what this person plans on doing is selling property. They might have paid off their mortgage a long time ago, moving into a smaller property and giving you what they feel would be enough to settle any disputes in a family situation. This amount of money would make this totally fair. But you don't know that because this is something they've hidden. They feel they want to do that because they feel it's the right thing to do. They also know that they cannot give you what they want to give you because they themselves are actually juggling 2 pentacles. Okay, Leo? Let's put it into perspective. If you're there thinking to yourself, I know I took a leap of faith and a risk in the past. I know that I was a little bit overindulgent in the past. I know that I should have saved, not spent in the past. This may make you feel very emotional because this is a person or a couple who really don't have very much, Leo, who are sacrificing because they know you are angry about an imbalance in the past. They've had a plan for quite a long time. This is also you thinking to yourself, when they move towards you with this wonderful gift, I'm hearing gift, what you're thinking about, Leo, is, oh my goodness, and I sat in the King of Swords. I sat in my masculine. I was cruel. I was angry. I caused an argument. I was very unpleasant because I felt that something was so unfair. You may look back, Leo, and regret that. What the divine is asking you to do is to appreciate the sacrifice and to let the past go, to say to this person you so appreciate the sacrifice they have made for you, and sit in the energy of grace and appreciation of what they have done for you. What are you thinking about, Leo? The 5 of Pentacles. This could be an older couple who are struggling a little bit. They could be a bit old-fashioned. We've got someone here with a cane, with a stick. These two are still going to end up in the 5 of Pentacles because they're selling their home to do right by you, Leo. Okay? They're not going to be sat on a lot of money, because a lot of that money, Leo, is probably going to go to you. Queen of Wands, this is your energy. Okay. Six of Swords, yes. They're doing this, Leo, because they want to right the wrong. They want to move the whole family to calmer waters. Beautiful energy, guys. Judgment. They may feel as if you judged them, Leo. Or maybe someone here had to face Judgment Day, Sagittarian energy. But I feel that whoever this is, and I do feel this is a family dynamic, an elderly person on their own or an elderly couple, they are going above and beyond to make this right. Okay, so in the immediate future, Four of Wands and Justice. They are deciding to look at a legal contract. They could be selling their home. They could be getting it valued. This person isn't well, on top of moving, having to cope with packing up and moving, finding somewhere else to live. They aren't well. With the Five of Cups, this is someone very depressed. This is someone who feels as if they've messed things up. They can't get it off their mind. This is someone obsessed with doing the right thing. So Leo, you are going to be hearing about a lot of stability, a property, maybe a property they are selling and they are passing you a large amount of money for you to get on your feet. So Leo, this could be somebody who, if they know that you've lost your job or if they know that financially things are very difficult for you, they are simply going to be saying, okay, here you go, Leo. But it has something to do with your stability. It's going to make you feel a lot more secure. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the Four of Wands and Justice for my lovely Leos? Thank you, Michael. Okay. Archangel Michael's telling me the firm decision was made at the beginning of September. Okay. I'm hearing the 1st of September. The decision was actually made, talked about, discussed, agreed upon on the 1st of September. This person, or if this is a couple, these two agreed that they would sell around about the beginning of September, so a couple of weeks ago, right? Do we have any future timing, Michael, please? April, May 2026. Okay. Now, Leo, you may think, well, it's a long way ahead, but that would make sense because it takes, 6-7 months to sell a property, maybe find a new property, probably longer, but I'm hearing April, May 2026. All right, so where are we now? September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Yes, that's about 8 months. Okay. So, Leo, let's have a look at whoever this is. I think they're coming through, sitting in the energy of the Hermit. This is someone who's been doing a lot of soul searching and thinking. I believe that this is someone who's reached a certain age. They're a little infirm. They're a little bit wobbly on their legs, maybe, Leo. This is somebody who hasn't actually been terribly well. And on top of that, I think there's a lot of guilt, remorse, regret for an action they took to help someone else in the past, which somehow backfired on you. So let's have a look at this person's energy. The Death card, Scorpio. This is somebody who is changing everything in order to bring you justice. With the energy of Hierophant, they are following a very traditional path. These could be your parents who are married, or this could be in particular a Virgo and maybe a Taurian for some of you. We've also got Libra energy there too. The Four of Pentacles, yeah. Now, this is a tricky energy because the Four of Pentacles shows somebody who's looking as if they're greedy, right? But this is somebody with only 4 pentacles. They know they've been holding back, Leo, because they were worried that they couldn't support themselves if they gave you the money that it would take to balance the situation out. So they have been holding back and they know it. They have been holding back and they know it. But they're now ready to embrace change because they're seeing the bigger picture. I mean, this is a really sweet image. This is an old man who's looking out to the future. You know, he's got his stick for the journey. He's thinking, oh my gosh, well, you know, I'm not a young man anymore. I mean, this shows a man with grey hair, right? But he's thinking, I know things need to change. I have to be brave at my age and embrace change. So he is. Could be your father, Leo, something like that. What are they thinking about, hoping for? Yes, Leo, they want to close out a cycle of you feeling upset. They can't bear that because they were generous with somebody else in the family in the past, they didn't have the money to help you. And Leo, I have a feeling that this energy has come through for you before. 4 of Cups. They're worried, Leo, that if they don't do this, you're never going to forgive them. Not truly, not really. You will tell them that you love them. You will tell them that it's okay. You will tell them that, you know, you accepted the olive branch, but deep down, you will still feel that this was very imbalanced. They're worried, Leo. They don't want to let this go. What are they worried about? Yeah, that out of a sense of upset and anger, you will simply cut them out of your life, Leo. Now, I hope that's not the case. But Leo, you may have said to whoever this is in your family, I can't believe it. I'm so upset, so distraught. How could you do that to me? I just want to be on my own for a period of time. And it might have floored them. It might have floored them. It might have shocked them. So, Leo, they are making a change. They're making a change. Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini energy, they are manifesting change because they desperately want to get back to the 10 of Cups. That's all they want. This is an older person who may have been doing a lot of soul searching about their life, about what is important in life, and what they're realizing is family is the one thing that is incredibly important. Not the money, not the house, not the status. It's actually to do with people, family. And they want to make this right. So what are they saying to my beautiful Leos? Guys, I'm feeling very emotional for someone out there. Yes, they've got some good news. It's coming in a little message. They've got some good news coming in, Leo. And this is someone looking at the future. What are you realizing here, my beautiful Leos? You're realizing a truth. That they are closing out a cycle and beginning a new cycle to somehow bring you justice. How are you going to be feeling? Ah, Leo, this could be a very, very emotional reunion. And I don't know why I'm feeling the word reunion is right. You may have been a little bit cold towards this person or couple. You may have felt upset. This is a very happy celebratory coming together because this person or couple have done something incredible for you, Leo. High Priestess. You may not know what to say. You may be speechless. And I know it's an overused word now. but you may be speechless. You may be feeling highly emotional. You may be. Because what you're going to realize, Leo, is behind closed doors, in the privacy of this person's home or this couple's home, they have been desperately trying to manifest the money to balance things out for you. What is the energy between you and whoever this is? Love, Leo. These are your parents telling you that they love you. This is an elderly family member who is sort of hobbling towards you to say, Leo, I hope that you'll accept this. Thank you for your patience. So sorry this happened. Leo, there's a lot of love coming back into this situation. I think this is going to be a really emotional time. Family coming together. And you're going to realize, Leo, the enormity of what this person or couple have actually done to make this right. You may not know what to say. You may be very tearful because you're going to realize that this was very, very difficult for them. It may well be that you thought, gosh, you know, my parents are really old and they're having to move, or they've already moved. I didn't know, they didn't say anything. How could they possibly have coped with packing and you know, putting the house on the market at their age? Leo, you may look back and really regret any harsh words, any anger directed towards this person or couple. But all the divine is asking you to do is envelop this couple or person with love, appreciation, because I feel all they wanted to do, Leo, was make it right somehow. You're dealing with a couple or person who was sat in integrity, very caring, very loving, very compassionate. The divine also wants you, Leo, to think about any indulgence that you sat in the past. Did you take a leap of faith and a risk? Did you? Is that why you were struggling financially? I mean, the divine wants you to really think about this. Did you place the blame purely on them or someone else when it wasn't totally their fault, right? Think about it. Because, Leo, we all pass in this world. Life is short, and family, friends are very, very important. Very important. So, Leo, this is going to be a wonderful time coming together with family, realizing what they've done to help you to make things right. It is going to enable you to move forward with speed. This is going to enable you to move forward with victory and success. And you may well, Leo, shockingly, be sat in the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. I do feel I'm connecting here with a female Leo. You came through as the Queen of Cups, very emotional about the situation. And then the Queen of Wands, wanting to take action or wanting somebody to do the right thing. And Leo, we seem to have bypassed the Queen of Swords, which I'm really pleased about, because that can be a very harsh energy, and you're moving straight into the Queen of Pentacles. Leo, this is going to be a very large amount of money. It is going to enable you to progress forward without feeling that sense of fear, and with the knowing that this couple or this person sacrificed in order to do this for you. What are you going to be thinking about, Leo? Yes, the Six of Cups, the past. Maybe a path that you took in the past, maybe away from these two or away from this person, following your own path, maybe leaving them behind in the nicest sense. It may also be, Leo, that you're thinking of childhood days. Yes, maybe sitting feeling nostalgic about your childhood for some of you. Three of Pentacles. There's going to be a lot of discussion about your plans moving forward. And you literally may be moving forward. You could be affording to leave an area, affording to purchase your first home, afford to clear your mortgage, afford to put money in a savings account. Whatever this is, Leo, it is substantial. It is going to be quite a large amount of money, Leo, which is even going to enable you to choose a different path. You may be thinking of moving yourself. Yes, I mean, this is a substantial amount which may cause you to rethink your future path. Because at this point, Leo, you will have more than enough to give yourself a comfortable life or to pay off a chunk of debt and put savings in the bank. It's going to surprise you, I think, how much this is, to be honest. Michael's saying turnover. Oh, 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. And this is family pulling together, Leo, for you. For you. What a beautiful reading, Leo. And I hope you guys are all right out there. Gosh, this reading is making me feel really teary. Temperance. There may be a situation that's sorted out with a Sagittarian, or with the energy of Temperance, you're in a really calm place. I feel the angels have had a hand in this. Archangel Michael in particular, with the energy of Temperance. Five of Swords. Yes, 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 yes. What the angels are saying to you is, okay, Leo, things have been balanced out. Yes, they may have sabotaged a situation which left you hurt, but drop any anger relating to the past. Forgive this person or this couple. Sit in the energy of love. We do not want to see this Five of Swords energy again. Right? That is passive-aggressive behavior. That is you basically saying to this couple or this person, okay, that's it. I want to detach. I never want to see you again. The Archangel Michael is saying, Leo, no more of this energy. This couple or this person have sacrificed in order to do this for you. Appreciate this. Say thank you. Be warm and loving and affectionate. Because, Leo, we all go in the end. And you don't want to be in a situation where you look back in regret. Okay? And you know it. You know it. Archangel Michael is warning you, Leo. We don't want to see any more of this Five of Swords energy from you. Okay? Yeah. Because whoever the Emperor is, could be an older masculine, could be the person who's been sitting in hermit energy, right? Who's been feeling very upset about what happened. Leo. Who hasn't been well, right? I think this Emperor is the person who's made this decision for you, Leo. Okay? Beautiful energy, guys. So, there we have the Emperor. I'm going to leave the reading there. For some of you, this might have been a little bit of a heavy reading for you to accept, but it's going to hit quite a few of you, Archangel Michael said to me. So do let me know in the comments if this is your reading. You have a beautiful, stable future ahead, Leo, thanks to this Emperor. So look ahead, be thankful, thank the divine. And of course, I will be back before you know it with your next set of readings. See you soon, guys. Bye now.